especially in the context of education. Thus, we have chosen two key figures from the behaviorism movement, which are John B. Watson and B.F. Skinner. John B. Watson, the founder of behaviorism, is known for the Little Albert experiment, where he showed that fear will be conditioned in children. He believed that behavior is shaped entirely by the environment, ignoring internal thought or emotion. Later, B.F. Skinner expanded on behaviorism through his operant conditioning theory. He proposed that behavior is influenced by consequences, including reinforcement to increase behavior, punishment to reduce it, and extension when behavior fades due to lack of reward.
John B. Watson behaviorist philosophy has had a lasting impact on educational theory and practice. He strongly emphasized the importance of environmental factors in shaping learning and behavior. He believed all students, regardless their natural abilities, could succeed if given the right environmental support. This belief laid the foundation of more inclusive and equitable education. His theory supports the idea that the structured classroom setting, positive teacher-student interaction, and the reinforcement strategy can help eliminate learning disparities, particularly for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. Another key strength of Watson's philosophy is its scientific approach. He argued that the psychology should focus only on behavior that can be observed and measured, rejecting the study of unobservable mental processes entirely. This encouraged the use of controlled experiment and data analysis in education, helping schools adopt evidence-based teaching practices. As a result, modern education now relies more on research, objectivity, and measurable outcome rather than intuition and tradition. John B. Watson also introduced the concept of behavioral predictability, which is highly useful in education. Teachers can create consistent learning environment by rewarding behavior that is desired and discouraging unwanted ones. This consistency helps students understand classroom expectations, build routine, and develop positive habits, especially important in early childhood and special education. Finally, John B. Watson principles of stimulus-response conditioning continue to guide behavior management in school today. Techniques like positive reinforcement, cueing, behavioral modeling allow teachers to shape student conduct effectively. These methods are central to intervention like applied behavior analysis, or also known as ABA, helping educators respond to behavior in real time without relying on abstract reasoning or inner motivation.
Now, let's discuss about John B. Watson's limitation. Watson believed psychology should only focus on behavior we can see, like action, nor thought or feeling. He thought the mind didn't matter because it can be measured. But that's a problem. Learning isn't just about doing, it also involves thinking, emotion, and motivation. For example, a quiet student might be scared, not lazy, but Watson wouldn't see that. He also believed everyone learned the same way. He thought any child could be trained to become anything with the right environment. But we know students learn differently and have different needs. Watson's idea don't work well in today's classroom. Students are expected to think, be creative, and solve problems. His theory can explain things like memory or self-motivation. Also, his famous experiment with little Albert was unethical. He made a baby cry of a rat using a loud noises, with no permission or care afterward. That would not be allowed today. So, while Watson's theory was important in the past, it is too simple for how we understand learning today.
Skinner made a big impact on education through his work on behaviorism and operant conditioning. He believed learning
small steps, immediate feedback, and reinforcement for correct answers. This leads to his idea of program instruction, where students learn at their own pace and move forward only after mastering the current content. These methods are especially useful in special education and computer-assisted learning, where clear steps and structure help students succeed. He also introduced tools like positive reinforcement, token system, and behavior contrast that help manage classroom behavior and encourage good habits. Skinner's ideas support teaching basic skills like reading and math through repetition and rewards, which helps students remember and build confidence. His influence is still seen in modern educational technology like apps and tutoring systems that give instant feedback and adjust to student progress. In short, Skinner focused on clear goals, immediate feedback, and consistent rewards, which still help teachers today, especially with large classes or students needing extra support.
While B.F. Skinner's theory has influenced classroom management and the teaching of basic skills, it has several limitations. Firstly, Skinner's theory overlooks internal mental processes such as reasoning and reflection. Learning is not just about behavior, it also involves thinking, understanding, and applying knowledge in new and meaningful ways. These cognitive aspects are essential but are absent from his theory. Secondly, Skinner emphasized external motivation through rewards and punishment. Although this method can be effective in the short term, it may reduce students' natural interest in learning over time as students become more interested in reward, not the education itself. Furthermore, Skinner's approach is more suitable for rote learning than for fostering creativity or critical thinking, while Skinner's theory has practical application. It led to deep empathy needed to support higher order meaningful learning. Lastly, this approach will reduce student autonomy. It makes learning learners into passive followers rather than encouraging them to become independent and reflective thinkers.
Now, the comparative analysis of John B. Watson's and B. F. Skinner's strengths and limitations in their theory. The first strength of John B. Watson's theory is his theory introduced structure and discipline into the classroom. He believed behavior could be shaped through consistent environmental control. This led to clear routine repetition and predictable learning outcomes. With this, teachers could manage classrooms more effectively, making instruction more focused and orderly. Another major strength of John B. Watson's theory is its emphasis on objectivity. By focusing only on observable behavior, John B. Watson helped psychology become more scientific. His approach encouraged the use of measurable outcome and data-driven assessment, laying the foundation for behavior-based intervention in school.
Despite its clarity, John B. Watson's theory had a major limitation, which is it completely ignored internal mental processes. Emotions, thoughts, motivation, and decision-making were seen as irrelevant. This made the theory too narrow and unrealistic, especially for understanding complex learning behaviors in real-world classrooms.
The other limitation is John B. Watson's method promote rigid teaching practice by focusing on habit formation and repetition. it discouraged creativity and individual thinking. Every student was treated the same, which ignored personal differences in learning style, pace, and interests. This approach does not fit well with modern diverse classroom.
Moving on B.F. Skinner theory, he addressed some of John B. Watson's weaknesses by introducing operant conditioning. With that being said, one major strength of B.F. Skinner theory is its practicality. Teachers can break down complex tasks into smaller steps and reinforce progress. This makes learning more personalized and responsive to individual needs.
Another strength of B.F. Skinner's approach is the emphasis on positive reinforcement. Instead of punishment, B.F. Skinner encouraged rewarding good behavior, which motivates students to repeat it. This approach influenced many classroom reward systems and promoted a more encouraging learning environment.
Despite its usefulness, B.F. Skinner theory has limitations in which it can lead to overdependence on external reward. Students may only act to get a reward rather than enjoy the learning itself. Like John B. Watson, B.F. Skinner also gives a little attention to emotion, curiosity, or self-reflection, which are crucial for deep and meaningful learning.
In conclusion, while both John B. Watson and B. F. Skinner made valuable contributions to education through behaviorism, their theories also have important limitations. John B. Watson offered structure and objectivity but lacked flexibility. B. F. Skinner brought in motivation and adaptability but still fell short on addressing internal, cognitive, and emotional aspects of learning.
It's not a wrong number, by the joke. I've been waiting on